What is going on, everybody? I am Brad Jost, and welcome back to another Let's Talk Jurassic. Tonight, we are going to be talking about some exhibition news. We're going to talk a little bit about Beyond the Gates, and we're going to talk a little bit about the Universal Kids Resort. But first, let's hit that intro. Welcome back, everybody, to another Let's Talk Jurassic. Now, this, if you don't remember, is your weekly live stream here from the Jurassic Park Podcast. Thank you so much to all of our returning viewers out there. It's good to finally be back here and finally have you back here on the channel. We really, really appreciate it. If you're new here, welcome. Glad to see you. We really like having you here. We do this from time to time. We say it's weekly, and it mostly is, but every now and then we take some time off. If you're out there just lurking, I see you. You can keep doing your thing. It's all good. But let's go ahead and just say hi real quick and what we're talking about and get into all that. We got a lot of fun stuff, but we got Jurassic Souls in the house. Hey, y'all. How's it going, Jurassic Souls? This is getting interesting because I'm like, how do I do this? I kind of forget how this all works. I'm like, oh, this is right. This is kind of how it goes. I just go ahead and hit these buttons. I totally forgot. It's been since probably over a month, maybe. Probably about a month or so. Over a month maybe since I'd done this. So I'm like, oh, I'm just going with it. I'm hitting them all these buttons. We got Steven here. We got Spino Rex here. 1, 2, 3. Hello. What's up, Jurassic KM? How you doing? And Jurassic Raptor, how's it going? Luckily, I remember how this works. I'm surprised. But let's see. This is probably not going to work right away because I don't think I set this up. Let me see if I can do this preview mode real quick. That's actually working. It's actually working fine. So back to live. Anyway, let's go over to the super chat. Thank you so much. The Jurassic Souls, you're awesome as always. Thank you so much for the super chat. If you could add something to the exhibition, what would it be? Oh man, I think I know what that would be. All right, I got two things. See if I can think of anything else real quick off the top. 3 things. See here. Okay, all right. I'm gonna just go with like a few dinosaurs. I mean, what else could you add? I guess you could add some like scenery changes and things like that, probably. But I'm gonna go nice and easy with a few dinosaurs. And I haven't been obviously in a long. Well, not obvious, I guess. I just haven't been in a long time. I always come decked out with all the I'm wearing the shirt, I got the mug. What else could you want? But no, I haven't been in a while, so I am not totally up to date on everything that they have, but I really want to see like a Spinosaurus in full form. I think that would be absolutely awesome. To see that. And I know it would be just so massive and so unrealistic because we already have, like, do they still have the, I'm assuming they still have the Indominus there. They have, it's been changed so many times since I've gone. But the T-Rex now brand new, great looking. I just want to see a Spinosaurus. That would be so cool. And particularly the way we see it in JP3, obviously. But secondly, I want them to, since they started doing it recently with Bumpy and everything, I think they've added Bumpy from time to time. I want to see the Scorpius Rex. Oh man, that would be so awesome. I don't know how you would do it. But I just want to see the Scorpius Rex in the exhibition. I think that would be incredible and out of control. A really creepy, interesting, like meet and greet kind of scenario. I'm thinking something small. So, I mean, the Scorpius was kind of big, but not, it was more like, I don't know, I guess like Allosaurus, Carnotaurus size, somewhere in that range. Probably, obviously Indoraptor size in that range. So I would want, like, I don't know if they still do it. Do they still do the Blue encounter where like you would, you've got like basically a fence and Blue walks around in there? I kind of want something like that where it's like oh man, it would be really cool if like they could say like, we're going to walk you through one of our exhibits and we've got this new technology. Why am I giving them all these ideas? We've got this new technology where the barriers are underground and invisible. They're invisible fences. All the dinosaurs have the chip inside them to make them not go through these barriers. So kind of walks you through like a wooded area or something like that. Just like a small room that's like a wooded area, a simulated room. It's obviously not meant to be a real room or anything, like a real outdoor section, but just have the Scorpius like lurking and skulking off in the woods would be really incredible to see and very creepy. I could hear him piping in some like really creepy music and stuff like that, and having like a little bit of voiceover, like, I don't know, like if you see it off to your left, you've got the Scorpius Rex. Now don't make any sudden move, like stuff like that. And then what was the third thing? I was gonna add one more thing. Oh, I want to see like a glowing Parasaurolophus scene. I think that would be really cool. Just have like kind of like what we see in the live tour with the glowing dinosaur. I want to see that in the exhibition with the Parasaurolophus, also kind of based off of Camp Cretaceous as well. That would be really cool, and I think that would make for like maybe a good transition back into from the Scorpius into the glowing Parasaurolophus, and then back into whatever indoor section or something. I think that could be really cool. So those are my 3 ideas right off the top of my head: Spinosaurus, Scorpius Rex, and the Parasaurolophus, the glowing Parasaurolophus. Also here, Jurassic Cam, thank you so much again for the super chat. Awesome. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much, as always, to both of you. Let's see. Vanessa's here. Hi, Vanessa. How you doing? We got Steven says, how was your Christmas? Yeah, I haven't been on since before like Christmas and stuff. So, we kind of took the holiday off and then kind of had to get jump started again once the new year rolled around. So, it was great though. We had a great time, great, a few weeks with the family and everything, and great New Year's. So that was fun. And then, yeah, I've been like planning and coming up with ideas for new shows, new episodes, new videos, things like that. And we got one finally kicked off this past week, which I'll go ahead and showcase right now over on the website, JurassicParkPodcast.com. You can go there for all your podcasting needs for Jurassic. We had a chance to do an episode on 2024 and everything that we hope to see, everything we want to experience and kind of enjoy. It wasn't like a complete breakdown of what we want, like every toy, every, every announcement. It was more so like generic and general, like what are the things that are actually coming out and what do we, like some generalized, like what do we hope for? But I think we had a really great conversation. It ended up, even though we didn't go too deep on some of them, it's still like an hour and a half long. So we had a great time. It was myself and Jay Jurassic had the chance to talk. We talked about, some of the things that we're actually talking about here tonight. And I tend to do that if you're new here. Sometimes I tend to cross over from the week's episode and kind of like talk a little bit more in depth about certain issues and topics. So that's what we're going to do here tonight, because we talked a little bit about theme park stuff. We talked about the live tour exhibition. We talked about that. But we didn't go in depth on those items. So that's good that we already started to here tonight. And we talked toys, video games, television, all kinds of fun stuff. So pretty much, I hope it was about everything that you can expect in 2024. It was a deep episode, but I think we got through it. So please go check that out. That is on, all of your major podcasting platforms. You can see some of them right there: Spotify, Amazon Music, Podomatic. That's our hosting service, so you can go check us out on Podomatic, Apple Podcasts, and we are on social media as well, so check those out too. But yeah, you can check that out. You can listen to it right on JurassicParkPodcast.com. But that is that. Also, I did want to shout out my other podcast real quick at the top here, Grim Grinning Hosts. It is my, what do you call it, theme park, Halloween Horror Nights, pop culture podcast where the past 2 episodes just got recently uploaded this month. So we talked about some of our favorite things from 2023. And even more recently, this episode I love so much. We talked about 10 theme park predictions for 2024. So there's some really fun stuff in there. Maybe some dinosaur stuff, maybe not. I forget. But some really fun theme park predictions. So please go check out that episode. Just search for Grim Grinning Hosts. Myself, Hunter, some others are on there every now and then. But yeah, I'd really appreciate it if you took a look at that show. Now, what are we going to talk about? Let's skip over the news break because we don't really have much to discuss news-wise. Other weeks have been kind of deeper news-wise, but let's go ahead and just dive into some of the items that we have here. I will keep it under the Jurassic News banner. Yeah, let's go over to Target.com and talk about these little changes so far. So it's funny, when I recorded this past episode with J Jurassic, I have my iPad here, and I always sync it up to the websites and stuff that I'm ready to talk about for the evening. And so I loaded up Target.com/Jurassic or whatever it is. And, usually it has a little different look and feel, and it had the Beyond the Gates stuff, the old stuff on there. And that was, oh man, what night did we record? It was like last Thursday maybe. And then literally the next day, the webpage changed and everything looks different on it. So I was like, you gotta be kidding me. We talked about everything that is coming in 2024, and we made a lot of predictions, gave some thoughts on what the future of Beyond the Gates could be, if there's going to be more, what would we expect, kind of things like that. And then literally the next day, they're like, let's go ahead and change the website. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. So then I had to go back, do a little retraction video, not retraction, but update video, I guess, kind of showcasing, look, it did change. We didn't have this information before, but we have it now. All right, so I just wanted to showcase this real quick and talk a little bit about this with you. So if you have any thoughts and feelings on the updated website here, or the updated page on Target.com, or thoughts on the future of Beyond the Gates, let me know in the comments or in the live chat. I'd really like to know what you think about this. Right off the bat, I think it looks beautiful. So the 30th anniversary, stuff is gone, right? It's, we don't really see that kind of vibe anymore. And I do really dig this look. So this is just a Mattel vibe straight off the bat. It's nothing, Beyond the Gates in nature or anything like that. But I think I've been kind of underwhelmed by the core lines. And I don't even know why I said think. I have absolutely been underwhelmed by the core lines for the toys from Mattel. Nothing, no real issue, really. I haven't really felt too attached to the species or the paint jobs or anything like that. Not to say that I think they're all bad or wrong or anything like that. I just have had a hard time getting attached to them. And also the color schemes, the boxes, the amount of titles to each dinosaur name, and the variations on extreme and chomping and roaring and attacks and chaos and evolution. Like, there's too many names for me, so I've been kind of checked out. But I really dig this kind of simplified look here. This looks very cool. I'm liking just this nature mountainscape with some pteranodons up in the sky. You got Blue, you got Rexy there. Rexy has no legs, no feet at least. I'm not really sure what happened here, but there's a real interesting blend job going on between these rocks and the ground, and her legs, they just kind of like fade into obscurity, like kind of fade into this rock work. And I don't think there's like a ledge. They're just gone. But outside of that, I really do like how this thing looks. I think, yes, these are two just dinosaurs plopped on top of this imagery, but I dig the vibe. I dig the lighting, and the look and the nature and all of that. I really dig that. And this background that you're seeing, I don't know about the dinosaurs. I don't think the dinosaurs were there, but I think the logo was there and the background itself. Those are starting to pop up in Target. I've seen it, in my aisle. It actually looks really great. I love it. So finally, I'm feeling a little bit more enthused with the line for a little bit, at least. And of course, we do have still the different collections, which I think this is brilliant. What a great way. And I forget if they were there exactly like this before, but I love that they split them out, that you can click on each section and get deep into, the 93 Classic Collection, which I'm so glad that has its own section, because it's not like fading into obscurity and disappearing. Hopefully it stays around. We got it split out, which is nice. I really dig that. And then also we did get this update here, which was, what I wanted to more dive into here, is the update for Beyond the Gates. We recently, not too long ago, got the final installment of Beyond the Gates from the Outpost crew. What I assume is their final installment. That's what I would kind of been under the impression that it would be their last one. But who knows? Maybe that's not the case. But if that is the case, Beyond the Gates is returning. More exclusives in 2024. That we can maybe look forward to soon. That's possible. I don't remember the exact date when they kicked off, but I'm pretty sure, there were some available in February of last year. And I think that was the Classic Collection, if I don't remember if I remember correctly or not. I don't remember. But I think the Classic Collection was available in February to pre-order at least. So Beyond the Gates coming this year. I don't know what that means. I have no idea. I could definitely see this returning without the investment in video. I wonder if that would be a thing. That maybe they would just say, here is the latest, figure. Maybe there will still be a video, but it will be just like a kind of like just cut up shots of the dinosaurs spinning, or the figure spinning on a rotating platform, stuff like that. I feel like maybe that's what we're gonna get, and then just kind of like some splashes of titles and things on the screen to let us know what to do, when to pre-order. So if they do video, I think that's a good possibility. I could see them just kind of saying every other week you're going to get a pre-order, and then no video, nothing else comes from it. Maybe they want to cut costs on this project. I have no idea. Or I don't know, maybe they do step it up. I just find it hard to believe that they would step up the budget and maybe get I don't know, a different production team involved. I don't know anybody. If I'm thinking off the top of my head of other toy lines or other, companies with similar kind of content, I can't really think that anybody out there is going to do a better job than what the Outpost crew did. I feel as far as being diehard fans, people who really want to get the information out there as far as these figures and the history behind those species and things like that. I feel like they would be the ones to do that the best. So yeah, I have no idea if they were to get some outside production company, would there be as much love in it? I doubt it. I highly doubt it. Would it still look good and all that? Maybe, yeah. I mean, look, the Amber Society kind of looked good, right? But also kind of not. I don't know. I don't think there was a look issue. I feel like it looked okay. It was just like not good content. And I know we're all thinking about it because Universal has kind of pumped out some content that Jurassic fans have not been super enthused about. And I'm talking like online video, YouTube kind of content. So I don't know, but we do know Mattel makes like great commercials and things like that. So that's still a possibility. Obviously, with them being involved, like they want to make sure their products looked good. But I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna just, I don't know, predict is the right word, but I'm just gonna guess that like maybe the days of the hosted Beyond the Gates could be over. I don't know. That's my guess. But I have no idea. I just wonder what it could be. But hopefully soon. One thing I do hope that they keep on here is this Gate Crashers from 2023. Maybe, an updated 2024 list as well. I think that would be great to see because once you go and pre-order your thing or you don't pre-order it or you forget about it, whatever, you miss it. Sometimes it's like not easy to find right away without having to go and search through the website, all that, which is fine. You can do that too. But I like having the availability to just click on all of the previous pre-orders. That is super cool. So yeah, I really hope they continue with this. I think that looks pretty cool. Yeah, but that's about it from the website portion. Don't really have much else in the way of information there. So I'm excited though. I'm glad it's sticking around, but it's a little bittersweet of a thing. So we'll see what happens. But I want to see what everybody else is saying here. Spino Rex is super excited to see what Hammond Collection and Legacy Collection figures Mattel has planned for this year. Yeah, I mean, look, we know that there are a lot of good ones coming. Like, there's a lot of cool dinosaur species and humans and all kinds of stuff on the way for sure. Absolutely. I'm very excited for all the ones that are, been talked about and been discussed, leaked out or whatnot, but I'm very excited for the ones that are on the way. There's some really cool ones. Let's see. Jurassic Soul says, I saw the new cap on top of the shelves today, but wasn't sure if it was new or old. It had the gray Jurassic logo though. Yeah. So this is, it had like this, right? It looked just like this logo with that background, and I dig it. I think it looks really nice. So yeah, I dig this vibe. I hope they stick with that and we kind of get that reflected on the packaging and all kinds of whatever new branded, thing. I feel like Dino Rivals, Primal Attack, or I don't know. I forget. I kind of checked out after those. Were those things? I know Dino Rivals were. Dino Rivals was my favorite of the bunch. But yeah, and I also don't love the fact that they've thrown these like lazy graphics on top of the Hammond Collection. Like I saw Owen today, and it's just like a silly rendered version of it that it doesn't even look like the actual figure. So it's kind of lame. Hopefully they get rid of that. But Jurassic KM likes the idea, the potential for more Beyond the Gates. Jurassic Souls is also excited for more. Plot twist. Tom and David from Jurassic Collectibles host the 2024 Beyond the Gate season. I mean, that would be awesome. I think that would be great. Tom, why have you not told me? Why did you not tell me that this could be a possibility, Tom? Are you watching me right now? Probably not. You're sleeping right now. But, hey, man, we talk every week. What's going on? Why would you not tell me? Yeah. And yeah, I've been hoping for the mobile command center from the Lost World. Yeah, I mean, look, we all would. Would it be a pale comparison? Maybe. They've really created some really good stuff, but man, that command center is just incredible. I don't know if it could be anywhere near as good, but man, would that be cool? Would that be awesome? Oh my gosh. Not happy with the new toy looks and are more focused for children. Hey, no problem there with the translation there. Good job, at least. The HD Carno is incredible. I think that one looks awesome. But yeah, I'm kind of in line there with what you're saying as well. I don't know if they're necessarily focused on children or not. I don't really know. I can't really say that stands out to me as like, oh, they're definitely, more kiddie friendly or something. I don't really see that being the case, but they're just not really sculpts or, I feel like at this point we've gotten so many of the mid-size or like the kind of raptor-sized dinosaur, and also like there's so many of those like that figure, not just raptor, but like other ones that look like that. And I don't even remember all of them. Like the Herrerasaurus, how many iterations of these same dinosaurs can we get? Just painted a little bit differently or maybe a little bit of a different sculpt. One thing I will say is while I'm not overly excited by the choices, I do think that some of the recent play features have been really cool and interesting. So that's good to see at least. At least there are some fun features to be had on these figures. So it's not a total loss. Yeah, but I think there's a lot in store for us hopefully this year, and Beyond the Gates is definitely one of those things, and cannot wait to see what the new year brings for that. But let's go on to our next item. And we did talk about this in the episode this week, and there's not much to discuss again, but I just want to kind of talk about it with all of you. But this new theme park that is coming to Texas. Where is it? Frisco, Texas? This is going to be a long time in the making. It is not anywhere near done or ready. I don't think this is coming until like 2026 or 7 or something. I don't know. It's still a ways off. But this is a new kids resort. So it's Universal Kids Resort. We haven't really talked about it. I mean, we talked about it maybe initially when the first piece of concept art dropped a long time ago with a very different layout for things. Jurassic was hinted at being like up in this direction previously, but things have changed, and I wanted to get your thoughts on them because, this new concept art, which came out like a month or so ago, I forget exactly when. December 1st. So I wanted to take a look at this concept art a little bit with you all, just to kind of get your thoughts and feelings and talk about what we could expect to see. But there's some fun, interesting ideas here. So let's take a walk through the park. So we got the entrance here, which is cool. You got the entrance right there, Universal Kids. You walk in under the hotel, which is kind of cool. Got like a little hub right there where you can look out over the view. That's nice. A lot of different directions going to different parts of the park. This looks like it could be maybe, I don't know, trolls or something like that. I don't know. I'm assuming trolls. What you got over here? I don't know. Maybe some Shrek stuff. I have no idea. What does this one look like? Don't know. But anyway, let's take our walk this way. So we're going to go this way. And we're going to go through some cool... Oh, man, look at that awesome water ride right there, which kind of like looks like it has a beach, which is interesting. But we're going to keep walking down this blue path a little ways. We've got some cool, spinner rides. There's like a few spinners, it looks like. I don't know what this section could be. Got like pirate ships and things. SpongeBob maybe? Is this the SpongeBob section? Which would be nice. Oh, yeah. Look at that. There's the Krabby joint. What is that place called? I don't know. Krusty Krabs, right? Krusty Krabs.
Oh, yeah, I work at Krusty Krabs.
There you go. There's a new voice that I can do. It's SpongeBob. So you're welcome, everybody. I don't think I've really pulled out the SpongeBob voice very often on this show. But that's a new one for you. I feel like every week has got to be at least a new impression for you. So hopefully that didn't freak you out for any of the uninitiated, at least. But let's see. Let's keep moving on. Now, I want to go back, actually, because there was a... There's an interesting path. I don't really know how do you get from the middle to over there. I don't know if there's a cut through or not. But but there's a pathway over here that dives right into a Jurassic section. Absolutely, 100%. That was pretty wild. I kind of shocked myself with how like spot on it was. Like I know I can do a SpongeBob voice, but that like I went from talking like this to talking like SpongeBob, so it's like a very Jurassic change. So yeah, that was kind of wild. But let's talk about this Jurassic section. We do have a few different buildings. So down here we've got something. What is this? I don't know. You can't tell. There's no idea what it could be. But you're wondering, why is this Jurassic? Well, we do have a few clues. There you go. There's a blue clues. But we do have a Jurassic logo right there. On this building. I can't point on it. I'm like pointing at my screen, like you can see me pointing. There is a Jurassic logo on this building that has like 3 sections to the building. We do have like a gyrosphere kind of spinner, kind of carousel or Ferris wheel kind of, I don't know, thing. Looks really cool. So those are the 2 indications. And then I would say over here, probably up top there, we've got like a blue meet and greet or something like that. That's my guess. So I'm going to venture that you would like enter up in the top section where you can see up there in the middle. I wish I could have like a pointer, like a laser pointer for you all. But I don't know. What is that? Like a dig site, maybe? That would be cool. Like a dinosaur play area and then a drop tower next to it. I'm trying to see how does that fit into Jurassic? I don't know. It just kind of looks more like Toy Story. I don't really know what that kind of themes to or anything. And now, of course, this is just concept art, so this is not really like reality or anything like that. But, you know, it could be along these lines. It looks like there's like a big slide in between that, like potentially like a dig site and the drop tower. There's a lot of play areas because then we got another one over here. I wonder if like one of these, I don't know, it doesn't really look water-based or anything, but there's another little playground right there. And then like a gazebo, which I don't really know. Maybe that's just like a little kiosk for pins or stuff, something like that. But I'm very excited for this. We do have a building here too down in the bottom. Don't know what that is. But I do think that this coaster, while kind of attached to this land and does have like a blue color scheme, it looks like there is like an exit for something under there, but I don't really know where that path is leading to. Maybe I don't think it's an entrance. I don't know what that is, but the pathway is over here. So I don't think it's not attached to that land unless this whole river ride is attached to that, but I doubt it. But Universal is known to have just like kind of random roller coasters that don't necessarily have any theme to whatever the section is. So I don't really know. I mean, there is actually there is potential that this could be the building right there is the entrance to this ride, and it could be a blue roller coaster, which would be fantastic. Is there any dinosaurs or anything? I don't see anything. And then maybe this is just some separate building. That's potential. I think that has potential. But I like this idea. I like this layout. I think this looks pretty cool. I like the hazard lines, all the different layouts for potentially like having dinosaurs walk through this section. That would be really cool. I just really want to know what these buildings could be. Like, one of them's probably like a little restaurant or meet and greet. I wonder what this is, this building, though, because it's like a 3-section building. I would assume you enter on the left and then go into this main bigger building and then exit right there. And maybe this other building down here is like a gift shop or something, because it kind of exits right towards it. And Jurassic, tends to have like a big, exit gift shops and things like that, or attached gift shops. So I'm wondering if maybe it's like a little theater or something like that. It could be really cool to have this themed to Camp Cretaceous. I don't know that it will be, because it kind of looks generic right now. Previously, it was thought, this is going to be a DreamWorks themed park, and that would be absolutely a Camp Cretaceous park or section. But now it kind of just looks generic Jurassic. So I don't know if it could still potentially have Camp Cretaceous written all over it, but I don't know. Doesn't really have those vibes to me anymore. So who knows? I dig it. I think it looks cool, and I'm definitely excited to check it out when it actually does drop. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that everything stays intact and we do actually get a Jurassic section in this park, because this could all change at any moment. But it's very promising. I think that, we have been hearing that Universal really wants to kind of stick with their own properties of late. They kind of want to stay with the things that made them popular in the first place, and not branching out to other properties. So, maybe that could mean more Jurassic in our future. Look, we all know that there will absolutely be more movies at some point. Who knows when, but there definitely will be. So I hope that means like the continued expansion of theme parks and things like this. I think it could make for a valuable future in their theme park in Florida. Their third park, or fourth, depending on if you think Volcano Bay is a theme park. But I could be excited. I mean, I think we'd all be excited if they added, a Jurassic section to, Epic Universe. Now, right now, there's not much of, any rumors or anything on that front, but there has been a little bit of talk about what potential expansion could see for maybe like Luigi's Mansion and stuff like that at Epic Universe. So hopefully one of those other expansion plots. I think there was like 2 or 3, maybe. I forget exactly, but I could definitely see them, throwing in another. Well, man, I don't know about a Jurassic coaster. I think at this point you've already done the Jurassic coaster, even though there's still potential for more coasters in the Jurassic universe. I think like, I think you'd have to go with like a truck ride or something like that. And I know they would be, certainly inclined to add another of the Spider-Man style, Transformers style attraction where they add that to Jurassic. They already built one in Beijing, so why not throw a clone of that in Orlando? I think at some point when they expand Epic Universe, I think that could be absolutely perfect. But who knows? I don't really know if they would expand it into a full land or anything, but at least one ride would be good. We'd be happy with that, even if we didn't get a full land. Because why would you add like a full Jurassic Land at this point? We've already gotten Jurassic Park / World Land. If you were to add another park, it just wouldn't really make sense. The Harry Potter stuff makes sense. Having the transition via the, what was it called? The Hogwarts Express. I almost called it the Polar Express. Christmas still on the mind.
I'm going to talk like one of those kids from Polar Express.
But I don't know what's wrong with me. That was even just a terrible impression. I can do it much better. But I don't know. I'm excited to see where it goes and see what we can get from that. But what else we got? Do we have anything else we can talk about? Let's talk a little bit about, or not even talk, but we should have done this first, just blasted it out of the way. But speaking of Texas, Jurassic, I wonder if this is like a test. I wonder. I don't know where like Frisco is, but didn't the exhibition go to Texas already? Wasn't it in like, I don't know, some other part in a massive tent? Let's see. Was it in Dallas? I guess it was just Dallas. Does that sound right? I remember it had like a unique name to where it was going to be. But hey, I mean, that's the second time that like it got featured in Texas. That's pretty interesting. I guess Texas is big, so I guess it checks out. But yeah, whatever. I don't know. Who knows? It's interesting though. So it's coming back to Texas. Let's see. Did it say when? March 8th. So right around the corner. We got just over a month or so, right? Not bad. So that's cool. That is cool. But it's going back to Texas. It's going to be in Berlin and Melbourne and Mississauga. Who's that? Is that like a teacher? Yeah. I don't know if I even said that anyway correctly. And then Shenzhen, and then Sydney. I mean, not all at once. It's kind of shifting from one place to the next, so it won't be in all those places at the same time. But it is very exciting that like there's like 3 to 4 of these things all around the world. That is wild. But I've kind of lost the thread here. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. I've done too many voices, and I don't know. I'm getting too tired, I guess. I kind of lost it. I guess I lost it. I don't know. I guess that's it. Was there anything else to talk about? Oh, I did want to mention this real quick. I wanted to talk a little bit about the 30th, too. I didn't mention this at the top. It's pronounced Mississauga. Oh, okay. Mississauga. Sounds like Minnesota, but wrong. Hey, you want to go down to Mississauga? Hey, I'm sorry. I'm just making fun of Canadians now, I guess. Anyway, thank you for the pronunciation. But what's going on with the 30th? Can we be done? Are we done? Is that it? Like, I don't know what I expected. I don't know. I feel like I kind of wanted I wanted it to be like the Olympics, like a closing ceremony. I don't know. I feel like it deserved like a send-off of some kind, like a press release. I don't know. Something to say like, and that concludes the 30th anniversary. We did it, guys. That's it. We made it. I don't know. I just feel like it was such a vague celebration in a way. Like, yes, we got a press release, and yes, we did have a lot to buy and there was a lot to do at times, and depending on where you were, there was a bunch of things. And we just talked about the exhibition just being in like so many places at once. You had the live tour, you got Universal Orlando with the tribute store and the escape room and the many theme parks around the world, and they did show the movie in theaters in 3D, I think. Was it? I think it was. I didn't see it that way. I saw just like regular style, normal theater style. But there was a lot during the 30th anniversary, but like the press release I think it came in like April or something. I don't remember exactly when, but it was like around there, and then not much of a big impact on the actual day of the 30th anniversary. But like, is that it? I don't know. I think, if it's dead and done, if it's gone forever, 30th anniversary, I'm perfectly happy with that. I'm fine. I think unless some big, thing pops up with 30th anniversary merch and, some sort of big thing happens to celebrate it again, I'm perfectly fine saying good night, 30th anniversary. We wish you well. It's been fun, and I will not talk about it anymore. And I think that'll be the case. I hope that's the case, at least, because it was a long year of celebrating the 30th anniversary. And yes, it wasn't even a full year, but it felt like a long year. Because I think the merch was actually starting to come out in 2022. So, technically it was kind of over a year of a celebration. We got some merch floating out at the end of the year, 2022, and then it, trickled out for a little bit, and then we got the press release, and then we got a bunch of things throughout the last year. And I guarantee you we'll still see some merchandise with things on it, and it'll still appear here and there, and, you'll still see my mug every, day with my 30th anniversary. I've got pins, and so the logo will still survive on. It'll still live on with all of us, but will every press release still include information about 30 years celebrating this or that? Or, will the logo still appear on the merchandise that comes out and is announced in the most, recent few months here? Will we still see it? I don't know. I kind of hope they just say goodnight and just move on. And, I'm hopeful because of this rebranding here of this site that, we've gotten away from the 30th anniversary. Yes, we still feature some classic Jurassic Park stuff and all that, but we're done with the celebration. I hope that's the case, but I don't really know. I have no idea if this is the end, and I hope so. But I loved it. I had a great time with it, and I think it's time to push forward. And I think if you're going to start to, I don't know when they're going to start doing it, but I think if you're going to start to talk about your new TV show with Chaos Theory and, new merchandise, maybe Beyond the Gates, whatever. If you're going to start pushing this new stuff, you kind of have to phase out this 30th anniversary. Yes, I would love the aesthetic to stay around, the Jurassic Park logo itself and the love for that first film to stay around. But it makes sense, I guess, if they're still moving in this direction. And look, they might be opening a Jurassic World land in some park in Texas again. So Texas loves Jurassic. That's all I know. That is all I know. Yeah, everything's big in Texas. Go big or go home. I was wondering, maybe Chris Pratt, did he have a house in Texas? I feel like Owen Grady would be from there, right? Is he from there? But yeah, your Spino Rex is assuming we're done with 30th anniversary stuff. Cool. I'm glad. I'm glad you're assuming that. I'm right there with you. We're way past 30th anniversary. No, so their press releases said year-long celebration. If it was a year long from the press release, we still got a few more months. We still got 3 more months. So I don't know. I have no idea because technically, when do you celebrate? Would you celebrate? Jurassic Park turned 30 on June 11th, 2023. So technically it's 30 until June 11th, 2024. So I don't know that it's officially over or that we're way past it. We're way past that date. And to me, the 30th anniversary was one day. That was the day. It shouldn't. I don't know if it should have been a year-long celebration, but to me, it was that one day. That was the day that I wanted to celebrate, and I wanted to be a part of the experience. But I don't know that they dropped the ball per se. I think that there were some missed opportunities, but I don't think they dropped the ball. I think there was plenty of things and plenty of exposure. But yeah, we could have had a lot more, sure, but I think they did a decent job. What do you think about the possible Dead by get these things to be like the correct? Ooh, look at that. The correct size. I like that rumor though. That's cool. I don't know. I haven't actually heard that. So I'll have to look into that because I have not heard that. And I have not played that game, to be honest, but I would be interested in giving it a shot. I'm still shocked that it hasn't shown up in Fortnite. Jurassic Souls, like, I doubted you, man, but like that was a good call. It should be in that game. I want to be Alan Grant in Fortnite. But it's good to see that Jurassic is still prevalent in the video game space. I don't know though if it is coming to Dead by Daylight. It would have to be soon. I feel like you got to get that out there now, or get people hyped now, because by the time you roll around with Jurassic Park Survival, you don't want really more competition on the market, I don't think. So who knows? I don't know if we would see that in the coming months, or I don't think it. I don't know when Survival is gonna drop, but later in the year to next year, I would assume. And I don't know that they would want really competition in that market, but Universal is not really up for sharing their properties, I guess, with other gaming spaces. So I would be surprised if they did, to be honest. Jessica Cam says, I think Universal is probably done with the 30th, and as you're surmising, gearing up for the 10th anniversary. Yeah, but like, I don't expect that 10th anniversary press release until next year. 2025. Like, I really don't. Since it's the same timeline, June 2025, I expect come around March, April, we'll get another press release of 2025 for the 30th. Oh no, I'm sorry, the 10th anniversary for Jurassic World. But so that means that we're already starting to see those things. We see the Hammond Collection, Blue, and Owen. So it's not like they're gonna just wait until the 30th. I mean, I keep saying the 30th, the 10th anniversary to do like a major push. So I don't know. I don't know when they're gonna just start to push that out, or what the difference is gonna be between the merch. But we're already starting to get it. We got the Apatosaurus a little while back, and we got, finally getting some Jurassic World branded characters and things. So that's good. But I don't know. I don't know when they're going to really start celebrating that, toy-wise. So you guys were talking in the comments about, let's see, knowing Universal, expect more unhealthy amounts of world merchandise and care than Universal gave Park. Yeah, I don't know. I think, I have talked about it a lot. I do want to hear what other people have to say about it. But I do want to have like maybe a full conversation about this at some point, about branding and the different logos that they've used recently, from Battle at Big Rock to the prologue to Dominion. There was not really a lot of named logos in those titles. So I'd be interested to see, like, what is the future of the logo? Is it always going to be World? Are we just going to see painful Jurassic World logos with a bland subtitle underneath? Like, I don't know. I hope we get something unique, and I hope it's refreshing. The 30th anniversary logo was nice. I thought that was good. It was simple and expected with the banner and all. That's cool. But like Jurassic World with just like the exhibition under it, or live tour under it, or evolution, that's all they've been doing recently. So I hope we get more unique stuff, like the amber logo, like what we got throughout the prologue and Battle at Big Rock and stuff like that, with the Earth, and then whatever else it was. I want to have a fuller conversation with somebody who's maybe knowledgeable on that kind of thing with logos and whatnot, just to kind of talk about what it could mean for the future and where we'd lead. And yes, I kind of do agree that logo for Jurassic World will probably stay around as the toy merchandise would show us, with the Jurassic World branding still, being front and center on that merchandise right there, still being right there. So it's not kind of like I thought it would be, where it felt like for a while that they were kind of leaning into a general Jurassic branding, kind of leaning on the T-Rex more so than anything else. They're kind of reverting back, and they're getting back to the Jurassic World logo. So it's kind of surprising, to be honest. It really felt like they were leaning into Jurassic as a brand instead of World as the brand. So I don't know. I'm at a loss for words because I don't really know what they're up to or what they're planning with the logo and the branding with Jurassic World. Obviously, Rexy and Blue were right there, front and center on that logo, or at least that banner. So, they're not going away anytime soon. But yeah, I think, I guess you say they're going to lean hard into that Jurassic KM. I kind of thought the other way. I just definitely kind of thought that they would lean away from it to kind of give them room to, if you lean away from the Jurassic World brand, you give yourself the availability to do stories anywhere and with anything. So I'm kind of surprised that they're still sticking with that logo. I think that's kind of interesting. And yes, it should be in Fortnite. Yes, and we do need HC Claire Deering in the white outfit. Absolutely. But yeah, I think that was a good conversation. We had a good time tonight. It was nice to be back, right? Felt good to be back here, talking Jurassic with you all. We had some good input from the comment section and, from our return viewers. Thank you so much for coming back, after being away for a few weeks, finally kicking the podcast into gear again this week, and knowing that we got a lot of fun stuff on the horizon, and we'll be back on the live streams every week. I'm very excited for the future again. And, we're in a year where there's a lot to speculate and a lot to theorize, I think, about the future. So I'm excited to kick this year off. And, I hope you all enjoy this week's episode talking about that future and what 2024 will hold. So please definitely go check out, this week's episode, talking about where did I have that video? I don't know where it went. But anyway, talking about 2024. So you'll hear myself and Jay Jurassic. Go to JurassicParkPodcast.com. If you don't have any of those streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, you can check it out on Podomatic, our host, and also on JurassicParkPodcast.com. You can play it right there. And we'd really appreciate it if you check that out. We've got some videos. Oh, I didn't mention this before, but we finally wrapped up our 10-part look at Monarch, Legacy of Monsters. Talking about all things, Godzilla and King Kong. You know what I think we should do? Now that I'm sitting here, I think we should do a rewatch of the first, or of all the movies. And since we just wrapped up 10 episodes, we should do look at 2014, look at King of the Monsters, Skull Island, and then Godzilla versus Kong before the next movie. That's a good idea. We should do that. And then put those up on the video channel. I like this idea. I like it. I want to be a part of it. Let's do it. All right. So please go and check out my other podcast while you're there. Grim Grinning Hosts. We talk about theme parks, pop culture, horror nights, spooky stuff. And our recent episode was 10 theme park predictions for 2024. We talked about some wild things that we want to see coming. I really loved a lot of my predictions. I really hope they come true. And like always, we kind of go over our 2023 predictions, see if they stuck the landing. And not a lot of them did, but they're fun to look back on and hear. So I'm excited to dive into this next year and see what our predictions this year look like and how they stand the test of time. So Anyway, please go check out Grim Grinning Hosts. The title is right there. Just go look it up on your podcasting platform. Anyway, please go to any of our social platforms, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, Facebook. We are on there as well. And I'm going to be repping Facebook again, I guess. Since we dropped off Twitter, we're not on Twitter really doing anything at all. I kind of signed off and haven't really looked back since. So check us out on all those other places. Really digging Threads. I feel like Threads has come a long way, and it's been a lot of fun on there. So check that out. And please go to our podcasting platforms, like I said, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, Audible, all kinds of places, Podomatic. And I am Brad Jost on a lot of places, Brad M. Jost on some of them. But check me out on Letterboxd, writing some movie reviews and ratings and rankings and stuff like that. Lists, got a lot of fun stuff going on over there. I've got my own TikTok. You can find me there, my own YouTube. And yeah, maybe we'll come up with some new stuff for 2024. We gotta been doing this. No, Steve, you are not on time. I mean, maybe on time for you. Maybe that's like standard. But not on time because we are just about saying goodnight here. But I appreciate you stopping in here. Really appreciate it. Gonna go paint some Parasaurolophus. That sounds like a good night, man. Have fun. I appreciate you sticking around with us for a little bit. Drunken Monkey, hey, what's going on? Been rocking with y'all for years. Appreciate it. That's awesome. Glad to hear it. It's good to see you here in the chat. And yes, Jurassic Souls, thank you so much for joining up on Letterboxd. And I love seeing like people's thoughts on their movies that they're watching. I actually oh man, I've been catching up on a lot of TV recently. So I feel like I want to do and I've been wanting and like toying with this idea for a while of talking like all kinds of TV and movies and stuff like that, and like another podcast or something. So I got to keep my eye, open, or my, calendar open, I guess, for something like that to see if that's a potential that I could do something like that, because I really have been diving back into TV shows over the course of 2024 so far. And I started rewatching Daredevil, so I got through 2 seasons of that already this year. And so I've been kind of vacant on the movies for a little while, but I'll be diving back in soon. But thank you for joining Letterboxd. It's been good to have you on there. And I just love seeing people's thoughts on their movies. So definitely join Letterboxd if you're looking for a place to log all of your movies and your watching habits. And there's so many stats and figures on there. It's really cool to see. But yeah, that's all I got for y'all. Joey Johnson, hey, glad to see everyone back. Glad to see you here. We're out of here, though. We're gone for the night. You all can go back, watch this video from the start. It's going to be on YouTube, but I appreciate everybody being here. Go do all those things that I mentioned. Thank you so much. We'll be back next week. And also on the podcast next week, we do have Talk Jurassic, and we're going to be talking about what Jurassic can learn from other TV series, say a Monarch Legacy of Monsters. Like, what could they learn for a live-action Jurassic interpretation? I think there's a lot to be learned and a lot they could benefit from. So me and Tom will be talking about that on the next episode of the Jurassic Park Podcast, which you can hear on your podcasting platforms. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe. Be kind. Did I ever start the music back up? Yeah, I think I did, right? Is it playing? Yeah. All right. Anyway, peace out, everybody. Have a good night.